Okay, this one's got 5,000, 5,500. It's only been online for 1 month. So this is quite a successful video. And what we want to do is we want to click on it and we want to investigate further. We want to find out why is it so successful. Now you can see here it's quite professional. newschoolinternetmarketing.com. So she's got a picture of herself. She's using a PowerPoint slide here. And I'm going to show you how she does that in just a moment. Okay, now this isn't what you call a screen capture. So she's actually recording herself. So this is slightly different to what we're going to look at tonight. Now to help us find out why this video is doing so well, we want to click on this little drop down menu, and this is where you read the description of the video. And it says, learn how to generate leads for a network marketing business by using proven marketing strategies and marketing formula. So that's very much related to what we typed into YouTube, isn't it? You see how this video and this description, it's giving her target market exactly what they want. Learn how to generate leads for a network marketing business. The other important thing are the tags. You can see this little section down here called tags. Tags are basically when you upload a video to YouTube, you're going to type in your tags, which are basically keywords that your video relates to. So her first tag was how to generate leads for. Okay, and YouTube is going to look at those tags to try and judge what this video is about. So how to generate leads for, that's a good tag because someone might type in how to generate leads for network marketing, or how to generate leads for MLM, or how to generate leads for business. But that's a pretty good tag. So this is what you want to do. You want to study these videos, try and work out why they're doing so well. Why is this getting almost 7,000 views in less than half a year? And if you think about that, that's almost 7,000 people around the world who are going to see this video, and there's going to be a small percentage who like the video and they want more. And when they want more, what are they going to do? They're going to go down to the description and they're going to see this link to her website. They're going to click on it, and she should have a landing page or a squeeze capture page. And look at this. This is quite interesting. She's actually in My Lead System Pro. Because I'm a member of My Lead System Pro, I can recognize this page. So this is a page by My Lead System Pro. And you can see it's asking for name, email, and phone number. So they watch this little video here, which once again is a YouTube video. If they want more, they leave their details, and that's how she gets the lead. Okay, so out of almost 7,000 views, this video, maybe it could have got, maybe a few hundred leads by now. It's a 2.5 minute video, so she probably spent all up an hour putting it together, recording it, uploading it, and that's it. She might have spent an hour putting it together, and now it's going to be on YouTube for the next 10 or 20 years, possibly longer. If she leaves it here, it will be here for the rest of her life, and it will keep on getting more views and more leads. And that's what it's all about. You do the work once, and then you can get more leads from it for the rest of your life. You do the work once, and you can get paid for the rest of your life. That's if you do a good video and it gets lots of views. A lot of videos never go anywhere. They never get more than 40 or 50 views. So you just have to keep on making more and learn which ones tend to get more views and study the reasons why, so you can make more successful videos. Okay, so back to our slides. Okay, so preparing your videos. How do you prepare these videos for these screen captures? What I always do is I like to write out a rough script in Microsoft Word. So I just write out roughly what I would say if I was describing this topic to a friend. I try and keep the language very conversational, very informal. And I might write out, let's say I'm doing a 10-minute video, I might write out 2 pages. And I don't worry if it's not perfect, I just write it out just to get it out on a piece of paper or onto the Word. And then I go back and I roughly edit it, okay, and then what I do is I simply copy and paste that whole Word document into a PowerPoint presentation. And let me show you this. Some of you would have been on last week's webinar, which was all about how to get leads on Facebook. You probably saw I turned that webinar into videos and then I put them on YouTube. And let me show you how I did that. So this is what I did last week. I knew I had to do a webinar and I wanted to do it about Facebook. So I opened my Word document and I just started typing. I started typing, you know, what would I say if I was trying to teach people about how to generate leads with Facebook. And, you know, it's pretty messy what I wrote. I just had because when you start out with these videos, you don't always have a clear idea of what you want to say, but you just want to get it out on a piece of paper. So I brainstormed, you know, what topics would these people be interested in? You know, topic one, they might want to know what is pay-per-click, because I knew that a lot of people on the call probably don't have a background with it, so they'd like to know roughly what it is. You know, I knew they'd want to know how to set up their first ads, how to create their own pages. So once I had the topics, I then expanded on them. So topic one was what is pay-per-click, and I just wrote some, you know, a rough description of exactly what it is. And I did that, so I maybe spent, let's say I spent, you know, half an hour or an hour on that. I usually just type it out. I don't worry if it's not that perfect. I copy all of that, exactly what I wrote, and then I go over to PowerPoint. Let me show you another one so you can see roughly what it looks like. I go to PowerPoint, which you will all have on your computer. Well, most of you will. If you've got Windows, you should have PowerPoint. And it's very easy to use. You know, you just have to play around with it, but you'll soon work out how to use it. And then what I do is I literally copy and paste that whole Word document into one slide. And just give me a second. You can see that's loaded. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's really quite messy. I've copied and pasted maybe 3 pages of what I've just typed there on Word directly into PowerPoint. But this is just how I do it. And then what I do is I try and work out how many lines I want to have on one PowerPoint slide, and usually I don't want to have more than 4 or 5 lines on a PowerPoint slide, otherwise it gets too cluttered. So I will literally leave about 5 lines, highlight, and then just copy the rest of this, right? So I'll scroll down. Just give me a second here, my computer's a little bit slow. Okay, I will copy the rest of it, leaving about 4 or 5 lines on the first slide. Right-click, copy, and then right-click, cut. Okay, now you can see the first 5 lines are left on that first slide. Now I'm going to go to the second slide. I simply right-click, paste. And once again, you're going to see pages and pages of content on one slide. So again, what I want to do is I want to copy and paste all of this again, but leave about 4 or 5 lines on that slide. Okay? Cut that. Hang on. Let me get the rest of it. Cut that. Okay? So I'm leaving a bit on that slide. I go to the next slide, paste again. And I will literally just keep on doing that again and again and again until I completely fill up those slides. And you might end up with, depending on how much you wrote in that Word document, you know, you could have 30 slides, and that's perfectly fine. And then what you want to do is you want to go back and edit. So now you've transferred all of what you've just written in Word into PowerPoint, but as you can see on this screen, this doesn't really look that good. You know, you probably wouldn't want to show this on a webinar because it's a very plain design. You can see it's got all of these dot points. And maybe when I was typing that in Word, I was just typing and not really checking that my spelling was right and that it made sense. So now you want to go back and edit. So we're going to get rid of those dot points. Okay, so we just want to do that. We want to even it up a little bit. That looks about right. Okay, good. Now what we want to do is we want to change the design. We want to make it a little bit more interesting. So we click on Design in PowerPoint, and you can see we have all of these different designs. And you want to choose one that looks fairly professional, nothing too over the top. Occasionally I'll do a design like this where it's really dark, because it kind of looks cool, but you just want to choose whichever one suits you. And now you can see all of our slides look a lot more cleaner. Okay. Then what you want to do is you want to go to the first slide, and this is your opening slide, and you want to do something like, you know, how to generate leads on Facebook. Something like that. And then host your name. Then what I always like to do is to make it a little bit more personal, I try and insert a photo if I can. So you go to Insert, look for a picture, and I know I've got some here. Where are we? Images. Where is it? Okay, there's one there, Insert. Okay, it's a little bit big. So there's my photo, and you've got, you know, you have your name, you've got host Matt Lloyd, and then you have your photo. Because now someone who's watching this on YouTube, it's a lot more personal. You're a person, okay? They can see who you are, they can hear your voice. Okay, and, you know, the next best thing that you can do is you can actually make a video where you're talking into the camera. But for tonight, we're just doing screen capture. So if you're just doing a screen capture, try and put your photo in it if you can. Okay, so that's really how I did it, and here's the finished product from last week's webinar on Facebook. So this was the design that I chose, and you can see here I inserted another image. Okay, I was talking about how to get leads on Facebook, and I opened that webinar by showing what's possible, and I showed a graph of my lead flow, and you can see this was a screen capture of my lead flow where I got like 53 leads in one day, and I opened with that to basically set the webinar up to show what's possible. Then I always like to include the topics, because if I'm watching a video, I want to know how long it goes for, and I want to know why I should watch it. So if you start off by telling people what the topics are and what topics you're going to be covering, you know, then they can see whether they're going to be interested or not. Okay, and then I went through. So everything you see on these slides, this all started off as a plain Word document, and then I just simply copied and pasted it over into PowerPoint. That's just how I do it, but it's fairly quick once you've done it a few times. Okay, so, the next step, once you've set it up in your PowerPoint, the next step is to actually record it. So you're going to need to plug in your headset, your USB headset. You're going to need Camtasia or Jing Project. If you're going to do this seriously, I recommend you get Camtasia. In terms of cost, I think it's around, might be around $19 a month. But if you're making lots of videos, it's more than worth it. But like I said, if you don't have that sort of budget, just get jingproject.com to start up with. Okay, so you want to buy Camtasia, go and do a Google search for 30-day free trial of Camtasia. And then what we're going to do is I'm actually going to do some recording right now just to show you guys how to do it. So I'm going to open Camtasia Studio. And we're going to record maybe 30 seconds worth, and then what we might actually do is upload it onto YouTube so I can show you. So I've opened Camtasia Studio, and you can see I've got this menu here when it opens. It says record the screen, record voice narration, record PowerPoint, or import media. What we would want to do if we're doing a screen capture, we would either do record PowerPoint, or I usually do record the screen. So I click on record the screen, and what you can see here as you can see, it's basically showing us a selection of the